Before we get started, I wanted to mention that these sessions do get recorded. We have a YouTube channel where we make all of these sessions available, and then we promote them also on our GNet users group, as well as our Grid Technologies and our LinkedIn. And so anyone who wanted to be here, who couldn't be here, will get to look at this and take valuable information away from it. So we are being recorded, and we will share this. I know we've had, I believe Reza has another 25 RSVPs, so hopefully they're going to come in. They've shown interest and they'll be here, but I want to respect Chris's time, and I think we can get started. And again, because it's being recorded, our viewers will be able to take advantage of the information if they didn't make it on time for the session right now.
And I'm sure I can hang for a few more minutes beyond that, but I had a stacked day.
I appreciate that, Chris. Yeah, I know. So, all right. So let's get started. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, and thank you for being here for our workshop. We try to provide valuable information for our GNet members. As you know, we have over 5,000 members across the globe. So we have a huge international section of people who also come to the show, and we like to provide them valuable information. So thank you, everyone, for taking the time to be here. We can get started. I've got some questions for Chris, and I thought maybe we can start with that. So my first question is, there's always a lot of buzz that leads up to the Vegas show in particular. So from your perspective as publisher, what makes this year's event stand out compared to previous years?
I would say that a number of things, but what comes to mind is that our show floor being the largest show floor that we've had since pre-COVID, which is nice. A lot of options, all the leading tech suppliers, manufacturers, vendors. So that's super encouraging, and that's good for the industry in general when we're seeing that. Another thing is that another barometer too for the event is our Affiliate Central Global Partner Forum, which you are graciously one of the sponsors of. Thank you. And we're approaching like 110 tables on that event.
Oh wow, 110.
Things like the show floor, the hotel bookings, the Affiliate Central event, they're just a real barometer of what we can expect, and in terms of the energy and the attendance for the show. So those are a few things. Our opening night party, we're doing a vintage Vegas Rat Pack theme. So it's a great way for all the vendors and all the operators to interact with a little lubrication in the booze, and some light fare and all of that. But it's a great way to get the energy started for the event.
Yes, getting the party started. Absolutely. We always look forward to those opening nights. They're always very creative and very fun. And again, a lot of planning goes into it. And I think that the people attending the show definitely appreciate it. You talk about Affiliate Central, and of course, we're very excited to be able to co-sponsor that this year. So thank you for that opportunity. And as our viewers know, that's what we do. We're a connectivity platform, and
it's a good match.
It's a very, very good match. So thank you for that. For any newcomers who are watching right now or who are going to watch this video later, do you want to maybe give a little explanation of, how is Affiliate Central structured? How does it work? Give a little insight on what makes it so popular and important to participate.
Sure. So it's the show within the show. And so it's a separate event, outside of the show floor that's kind of set up like a show floor where, we have, like I was mentioning, about 110 tables, companies that are displaying from all over the world, probably representing maybe 30 different countries, if not more. And so they have tables, and then all the rest of our operator attendees have the opportunity to walk around, and you're either building your network of your farm outs, or you're trying to build your network of farm-ins, but you're in a room with all people, and over 1,000 are attending this event, of everyone who's just affiliate centric minded, and everyone's there for the same thing, looking to make those connections. And it's essentially a mosh pit, but it's fantastic. And we've been running this for since we started Chauffeured Driven, and it's just grown and grown and grown. And yeah, this year is our largest capacity. It's going to be great. People
That's
love it.
amazing. Yeah, people love it. I know it's seriously, mosh pit is the perfect word, because I've seen it, like, from the outside. This year we get to be on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
no better place to build your affiliate network than going to that event.
And anyone who has a table gets to represent their brand and promote themselves. So there's always a lot of goodie bags there. You should bring a bag, because there's a lot of goodies to collect, right? Yeah. Very creative, very, very creative. No, that's wonderful. Okay. Let's see what else.
And we
okay,
were talking, earlier about standout stuff, and I can't not mention, some of the great content that we're producing, and give a shout out to the NLA Show Education Committee. We've set forth over the last bunch of shows trying to have a really nice blend of outside experts, also with operator peer learning and panels and such. And yeah, just feel like we hit that mark again, and have brought in a bunch of really renowned outside experts to talk about things like scaling your business and AI and generational leadership, and some great topics. But then we also have industry centric stuff, where chauffeur training, that's we have a session by James Blaine. We've got this great session on autonomous vehicles that is being presented by Matt Doss and Ken Lucci. So
experts in the field.
There'll be fist fighting to get their words in edgewise, I'm sure. No shortage of content in that event. And yeah, then we also have an affiliate etiquette event session. I'm sorry. And yeah, that one is it just ties in with everything else that is very themed through the show, AI, affiliate business,
Yes,
and all the above.
that's amazing. And I know the keynote speaker, I love that it's a Gen Z focused speech, right? And that's very.
So Jason Dorsey is our keynote, and he's just like a renowned researcher and best-selling author. And yeah, he's going to talk about the generational differences, not only within your company and dealing with that, and the different personalities and just the different the way you deal with different generations, but also within your clients, and how you can deliver what they're looking for. Exactly. So it's like a two-pronged presentation, and he is super dynamic. He's really engaging, and he'll be out in the audience probably more than our normal keynote. And yeah, he's fantastic. We've had a number of calls with him, and he has, he's doing and has done a lot of legwork to really understand our space.
Right. No, that's very, very exciting. I think it's a very important element, especially the customer focused portion of it, because given my age and having kids who are way younger, I noticed that there's a huge difference in expectations and the use of technology and autonomous vehicles. And yeah, it's going to be a fantastic presentation. So we're very excited about that. I also noticed that you're going to have Dawson.
Yeah.
Is that because that's something new? I've not heard of the one-on-one. So is it possible to give us a little input on what that is about?
Yeah, it's a new event that we debuted. It's Legends and Origin Stories, and I sit one-on-one with pioneers of the industry who have great stories to tell, and we're going to make this personal, where we're getting into the business side of things, but also the personal side of things. And someone like Dawson, who's a 30-year friend and I've been close with for a long time. He's an amazing storyteller, an icon, a great origin story, and yeah, it's going to be really fun and entertaining, and something that we'll be doing on a consistent basis. There's no shortage of industry legends that we can sit down with. But yeah, it's going to be a one-on-one type of interview style, and very casual, laid back, but it'll be great. It's going to be fun.
That's wonderful. Yes, we're definitely looking forward. Paul, thank you very much. Paul from Legends, thank you. He says I don't look over a day over 22. I beg to differ, but thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, so Dawson Rutter, Commonwealth. That's going to be very, very interesting. Let's see, gosh, did I ask this already? For someone trying to prioritize their schedule, are there a couple of don't miss sessions or new events? So I think we kind of talked about a couple of the new events, and can we touch on any other don't miss? We don't want to miss Affiliate Central. You don't want to miss the keynote speech. You don't want to miss the conversation with Dawson. Is there anything else that you think? Show floor party?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. There's, I mean, yeah, there's lots of other, niche events. So for first timers, people who have never been to the show before, it's essential to go to the first timers event. That's on Sunday by design, so that you have this opportunity to get a primer on how the show works. You meet our show ambassadors, you network and talk to other first timers, and then it just gives you a nice platform and a foundation for the rest of the show. And typically we have 300-400 people at that event, and we always have a ton of first timers every year. And it's just so if you're a first timer, that's a great event to attend. So it's applicable to those.
Exactly.
And yeah, we have we're, for the first time, we're actually closing out the show at a nightclub. We're doing our closeout party at Hakkasan on Tuesday night. So that'd be really fun. And yeah, some things that that I would toss out there as tips, because we're talking about first timers and evening events, and this industry is just always so embracing and warm, and people who are new to it or who aren't as familiar with it don't realize just how embracing and warm everyone is. And people are willing to share, as long as you are willing to introduce yourself, ask questions, and not be shy. Connections can be made everywhere, and whether it's at a nightclub party, or whether it's at breakfast like we were talking about, or one of the sessions, it's everywhere. Certainly conduct yourself professionally. Don't.
I was going to say that it's sometimes people can get a little overly exuberant, excited about the whole Vegas scene, but do remember you're always representing your brand. So, and you are there for a convention. So even though you're networking outside of the show floor, in the nightclubs and or at one of the restaurants or bars, it's always good to remember to, conduct yourself professionally.
Can I add?
And don't be intimidated. Don't think that you can't approach everyone and anyone.
Exactly.
There's always a right time, and if you approach people and you do it in a way that's humble, asking questions and just introducing yourself and not pitching your business, and it'll go a far way. This industry, like I said, everyone started with one car. Everyone depends on each other for affiliate business. It breeds a fraternal environment, and it's just a matter of like dispelling in your head that there's cliques and groups that you can't be part of, because you could be part of anything you want to be. Just
Absolutely.
having the courage to walk up to people.
Chris, can I add to that real quick?
Sure.
Yes.
So I remember one of my first shows early on was the 2010 Limo Digest show. Chris was formerly with Limo Digest. And I reached out to a gentleman who sadly is no longer with us, Dean Schuler. And, Dean Schuler is kind of someone who, like, everyone knew in the industry, and he intimidated a lot of people. But I reached out to him because I figured that he knew a lot of people and had a lot of contacts. And he was kind enough to actually take me under his wing and introduce me to all sorts of people, Ron Stein, George Jacobs, so on and so forth throughout the industry. So don't be afraid to go and approach someone and, ask them to be, a wingman, and, as a pair, tackle, an introduction as a pair or something like that, or go up to another couple, or, don't be afraid to ask someone, hey, I know you, it looks like you know this person. Can you introduce me to them? Allow for that warm introduction. Without Dean, I don't think I would be who I am today, or where I am today, or anything like that, because it was the help of somebody else introducing me to somebody else, because I reached out to them.
Good for you, Tim. That's a great story, because Dean was an important person to us, and Yeah, a big man, intimidating man. So you had the courage to approach him, and he has a big giant teddy bear though. So
He actually grew hair for that show because he was afraid that TSA was going to be a little bit more strict on him, given his appearance. Like he wanted to try to look more approachable, even to fly in the airplane to get there. So
That's funny.
He looked big and intimidating, but that guy was
the best.
Oh, he was
no one better. I have a shrine to him in my office. Actually, he's the best.
I can't remember his phone number from my phone.
That's nice.
Wow. Well, thank you for that, Tim. Chris, on that note, I also wanted to mention that you guys have something new. You've got the Chauffeured Driven NLA ambassadors. Is that correct? And I know
that's part of our first timers event, but the ambassadors extend all throughout the show. So we introduce our show ambassadors at our first timers event on Sunday, and then the whole idea is kind of like what Tim was saying, that you have like a safety net and some crutches, people who you've met early on, whether it's other first timers or these are our fantastic show ambassadors, which number upwards of 40, and we're always doing it. And it just gives you that confidence to walk into a room and see people that you might recognize, or just not feel overly intimidated, which these shows can be full on. They when you walk in and you're new to it, it can seem scary, even though it's not.
I agree. And again, the first timers, I know a couple of our new team members at Grid Technologies did. I think, Sina, you went to one of the newcomer meetings with Nader, and they found it very, very valuable. So that was interesting, because we've been to these shows for over 10 years now, but having new team members, we made sure that they attend the first timers, and it really helps set the pace for them. So I think that is absolutely important. Another one that I personally is one of my favorites, because it's a very rare opportunity to meet face to face and talk to people from across the globe, is your international meet and greet.
Thank you for reading my mind. Yeah. So that's another great event. Ultra popular, resembling a mosh pit as well. We've added a few touches with trying to help people identify the countries that they're from for this year's event. And it's super popular event. And our international contingency grows year after year, representing probably 15 to 20% of our attendance. And it's a great event, and it just dovetails well in with all the other programming that we're doing. We have an international panel, we've got that affiliate session, the affiliate central. It all kind of like folds in together.
Exactly. So we definitely love the international meet and greet. We find that to be another one of your brilliant additions or inclusions, I should say.
Thank you.
So let's see what else. I think we kind of covered. I'm looking at my other questions, but I wanted to just mention the show app. I know that North Point Global Transportation Services, Tony Medoff and his crew, they've always very generously created this app, which is, if you're a first timer and if you're a veteran show attendee, I would say absolutely do not wait for the last minute to download that app. Once you download that app before you get to the show, it gives you access to schedules, speaker profiles, exhibitor listings. They've got a customizable agenda. So you can, in advance, using the app, schedule meetings and exchange contact details. So I wanted to put a big shout out to Tony and North Point for this amazing thing that they do. I'm sure Chris agrees with me, obviously,
he's the best. And he's done the app for decades at this point. He's fantastic, and the app just gets better. And in addition, we also have all of the PowerPoints and handouts for the sessions that are on there as well. Speaker bios and a lot of additional information that's built around the sessions that's on the app too.
And so where can people find the app? I think Lynn has a question here. If you go to the NLA Vegas, is that the am I giving you the right?
Yeah. I mean, you can go to the App Store too.
You can go to the App Store, Apple or Android. Or you
the show site.
show site, you can, there's going to be information. I don't think it's up and run. The app isn't up and running yet. We're still a couple of weeks out of the show,
Yeah,
but
still populating it.
yeah, just make sure you have it and that you familiarize yourself with it and whatnot, because I think that that's absolutely a must as well. You're welcome, Lynn. So let's see. Okay, I want to give an opportunity for anyone, if you have a question for Chris, if you'd like to raise your hand. And while we're waiting for raised hands, Chris, is there anything that you'd like to add? I know, again, out of respect for your time, I don't want to push you too far over the 9:30 mark, but is there anything else that you want to share with us?
No, I mean, I think I've covered most of the schedule. We also have, a few other events to, to have in mind. There's our Women in the Industry Luncheon,
Yes.
which is nice, and that's sponsored by ABC and put together by the NLA CD Women's Leadership Council. And yeah, so it's always nice to get the ladies together. And we're debuting the Impact Award this year, which will be presented to Barbara Shariko's family, and so no one better to receive that debut award than Barbara. And so that's another event that I had mentioned. And yeah, and for it's open to everyone. The NLA membership meeting is always really well attended, and this year I know Brett's doing a little bit different of a spin, where him, Robert, Alexander, and Jeff Nikos are doing a little shtick. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing, but you get those three together, and it's entertaining for sure.
Absolutely.
So,
I do look forward to the NLA ones too. I think it's important. We're NLA members, and I encourage anyone who's not an NLA member to consider becoming a member. We're also Grid Technologies, our GNet platform. We're affinity members, so anyone who's an NLA member who uses GNet gets a discount. So yes, we absolutely support that, and we love hearing Brett and Robert together. I mean, seriously, it's definitely something to be seen. They're wonderful. They're very entertaining, informative, classic. I love it.
Jeff Nikos adds another little layer into that. So
I'm looking forward to that. Yes, I'd like to be there.
We're doing differently. CD, our booth on the show floor, is the CD Café, where we have lounge chair. We're creating a little cafe environment with lattes, cappuccinos, coffees, all courtesy of us, and photo ops.
Yes, I was going to say there's always the backdrop and a photo op, right? Yeah. So yeah, again, Chauffeured Driven I call it the Bible of this industry. If you want to be noticed, if you want to be seen, if you want to learn, do subscribe to the magazine. Do check out their e-blasts that they do regularly, and consider advertising. Again, I think it's definitely very, very worthwhile for anyone who's in this industry to understand what Chauffeured Driven brings to the table, as well as the NLA. So, all right, having said that, I would like to see if anyone has questions, comments, anything for Chris here. Gosh, Chris, I think we did a great job. Reza has raised his hand. Go,
yes,
Rez.
I like to ask maybe questions. I maybe refer to Paul's. Paul had similar session in terms of when we go to the show, what should be doing, how do we prepare, should we have a plan, what kind of material we should take with ourselves. Maybe you can elaborate that. So how do we basically have a plan and prepare for the show? So what should we do?
Yeah, I mean, first off, you look at the schedule and see what's applicable to you. And, most of the show isn't concurrent, so things don't run over each other. So you can essentially attend everything. And yeah, you get the most bang for your buck by attending almost everything. Not everything is applicable to every person. So, you make some decisions. And yeah, it's always good if there's people that you want to meet and people that you want to see. You try ahead of time to make those connections and make appointments. Trying to think that you're going to do it at the show with on the fly is not that realistic. It may happen here and there, but you want to try to set some appointments ahead of time. And even with vendors, if you want to make some time for the show floor, but other operators too. And yeah, on top of that, yeah, I guess just the planning and setting a calendar for yourself, and
Yes.
and prioritizing that type of stuff. Just don't go into it winging it. Kind of set
Agreed.
up exactly what you want to try to do. And yeah, another thing is try to plan your dinners ahead of time. So if you have groups of people or friends that you want to either take out or be with or whatever the case is, don't wait until the day of, because then it's a scramble, and yeah, it's just a circus. So try to set that stuff up ahead of time too, and yeah, you'll just be in a better position to like not be spinning your wheels and wasting your time.
I could not agree more. It's, I think of myself as prepared, and honestly, once you get to the show, seriously, you don't want to wing it. But, most people have already booked their dinners. Most people have already set up their appointments. So yes, very, very important to plan in advance. And Tim, absolutely make sure to, on your business card or on any promotional material, include the city that you service, have enough business cards with you, wear comfortable shoes. I think those are 3 of the advices that we got in addition. Paul, Legends Limousine, our friend Paul, go ahead.
Tim actually hit it on the money. I was just going to add to Chris's kind of what to expect. I know there's some first timers on the call. Definitely comfortable footwear, stay hydrated. MGM is pretty much a city on its own inside, so you definitely want to stay as hydrated as possible. Chapstick also, you're going to be doing a lot of talking. You don't want, your lips to get chapped. And this is just me speaking from experience. Definitely the business cards too. Tim brought up a great point. Have the location where you're based, what market you're in, and your picture always helps, because I'm going to be honest with you, you'll meet, let's say 500, 800 people. Realistically, how many of those are you going to remember, unless you already had a prior connection, or maybe they were a warm referral, or they just did something that could be a good or even a bad impression on you. But always the picture on the business card really, really helps too.
Agreed.
A little pro tip on top of that, because what you said and Tim said is great advice, and Paul, thanks for sponsoring as well. Pro tip: these little Post-its, you bring them along, and you put them right on the business card with a little note. You can't write on every business card. A lot of them are difficult to write on, and they're full. So you bring little Post-its and you just have them handy. And if it's actually something that you do want to remember, not every time someone puts a business card in your hand is it going to, be something that's important to you. But the ones that are, yeah, you have I've been doing that for years. And when you come back, you have your little notes. You understand. You come back with a stack of business cards and you toss it on your desk, and it's tough if you don't.
It is. Oh my God, the amount of business cards I've come back with over the years. I have a drawer for. It's just important to determine which one is important, to categorize them and post it. That's a brilliant idea, Chris. I had not heard of that one before.
And I want to say, while it seems cool to have the business card that's like an odd shape, those are going to be like the first cards that I get rid of, because they don't fit back into my box to bring them back home. It's great for like your typical client to kind of stand out a little bit, but it's really annoying when you're trying to rubber band all the cards that you collected at the show and take them back home.
Agreed. And they're very, very much more expensive to print, I should say. So I think it's a good tip. Reza, I think your hand is up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What is the right approach if, let's say, Reza, am out of business card, or what should say someone asking Reza, can I get your card? Says, sorry, I am out of the business card. What should be the right approach?
If you
don't, if you've run out, if you've run out.
I run out of the business card, so yeah. But I have a badge, right?
You're out. You're done. You got to go home.
Did you want to? I mean, I can chime in, but anyone
No,
can.
let's have Chris. I'd like to hear what Chris has to say.
Okay. Yeah, I would just say that you're going to need to get other people's business cards and just say things have been going so fantastic that I ran out of business cards. It's been, you don't want to look like you didn't bring business cards. So, yeah, you ran out because you have just been, canvassing, and things are going so well. And yeah, there's other ways to connect too. You have, social media. So whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, yeah, even TikTok. But all the platforms are perfect ways to just be able to connect with people and do it much quicker than than it used to be.
Yeah, and
Is
also
that okay
everyone.
to ask, sorry, let me ask subsequent
ahead.
question.
Go
Is
ahead.
that okay to take a picture of the badge, for example? Say,
I was
hey,
going to say taking a picture of the badge would probably be helpful because then you get the face, the name, and the company, and you can look them up. Yeah.
If someone doesn't mind, then sure,
Yeah.
it's probably, if someone's conscious of that and doesn't want that, you're not doing yourself any favors by doing it to them. But
Ask before you do. Yes.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I think Lynn has a very good question here regarding the My Leads from Connexus. I've seen that advertised as a scanner or something like that, correct?
Yes.
Chris?
Yeah, we offer lead retrieval. It's for, primarily for people who are on the show floor or people who are doing the affiliate event. But it's lead retrieval, essentially.
Okay. And then there's a small fee and then they give you a device that you use. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Got it. Fantastic. Okay.
The exact case. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all on the website, so we can look into that. I've noticed it before. I've never used that personally, but something to definitely consider.
As apps get better, there will be essentially lead retrieval will be even kind of baked in, as will business cards and the exchange of information. It's improving. And it's getting, these apps are getting better for the shows, each year as we do them, but it won't be long until it's baked. All the things we're talking about are baked in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that also brings to mind, we have QR codes on the back of our business cards because, when you have a QR code, there's a hell of a lot more information you can put on there. So like, here's my business card. We've got a QR code on the back and a very simple.
I got 3.
There you go. Go QR codes. They're a way to go. And just a quick mention that we do have a QR code producing app that we're going to have at our table for the Affiliate Central. So anyone who's a GNet member can come to us and we can create a customized QR code for you that gives your GNet ID and information, which makes it so much easier for people to scan and connect with you. Am I right, Reza? Did I say that correctly?
yeah.
Yes. So we also have that. All righty, let's see. It's 9:36. Chris Weiss, publisher and president of Chauffeured Driven magazine. It's been such a pleasure to have you here again. We're so grateful that you've made the time for us. We truly appreciate you. And we are so looking forward to this show. It's going to be phenomenal. Every year beats the previous year. I don't know how you guys do it, but we're delighted. We're delighted to be attending.
We're used to we've been hearing the question of how are you going to outdo this show next year for decades, and it's our job to outdo what has been previously done. So
and you deliver, and you definitely do.
Yeah, we're always trying to improve, certain events that are tried and true that, run year after year. We try to tweak them and make them better. And then we also try to bring new events to the mix as well and fresh speakers. And, we've been really pushing for more outside experts and so yeah, always trying to keep it fresh.
Opportunities for learning. Absolutely. All right. Before I say goodbye to you, I think Paul has one more question. I'll let you ask Chris your last question.
Sure.
I just wanted to thank Chris, his entire staff, everything they do every year. It's just phenomenal. I think a lot of people don't really understand what you and your staff do behind the scenes and how much effort it takes. So I personally want to thank you and your team for everything that you guys do. Every year, the show gets better and better. And I was on the NLA meeting yesterday, and when I heard 110 tables, I mean, that's phenomenal. That's something to hold your head high up on. That's a long way coming from the old Atlantic City shows, by LCT magazine, as some remember, those were fun too, but these by far, Chris, thank you so much, man, honestly.
No, thank you, Paul. Yeah, I want to just give a quick shout out to the team, both on the CD front, and that's, our editors, Susan Rose and Rob Smentek, and our art director, Trisha Rieger. Both Trish and Susan have been with us for approaching 30 years, believe it or not.
Wow.
As crazy as that sounds. And Rob just hit his 10-year not too long ago. And then, of course, Jess Pavlo, our director of events, and she's fantastic. And shout out to our partners at the NLA and Sarah Mercer and Kyle Hammerschmidt and everything that they do, and Brett and the board and Jason Sharonow and everyone for just being great partners and helping us put on these great events.
Thank you, Chris. Yes, absolutely. We echo those sentiments exactly. Each and every one of your team member that I've interacted with have been nothing short of professional, wonderful, forthcoming, helpful, all of the above. Big shout out to Jess as well. I always say this, it's a joke I use a lot. I say, I plan a dinner party, I need 2 weeks to recover. And I don't know how she pulls this off, because she really, it is a huge undertaking. And I know you plan for this pretty much a year in advance. So it's not like it's a lot of work. So
everyone here takes their, you had mentioned earlier about, appreciating what we do and bringing these events and bringing everyone together. And everyone here takes their role seriously and responsibly for that. They know that everyone realizes that they're making an impact here, and by putting out this content for the magazine, or by bringing everyone together and helping foster these relationships and all of that, no one takes it lightly.
No.
And you could tell by the fact that my staff has been here for so long, and what a great team.
That speaks volumes. Exactly. When you've got staff that stays with you for that long, you're doing something very right. So thank you, Chris. Thank you again. I really appreciate the time. Thank you for being here with us today. And we look forward to seeing you in Vegas.
Thank you.
So until then, à bientôt. Thank you.
Appreciate you having me. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Take care.
everyone.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Chris.
So everyone else, if you'd like to stay on the call, if there's any more questions, if there's any comments, if there's any help you need, please, this is your time to ask.
I was going to say to Reza's thing, Reza better have a magnificent suit on. He doesn't have a business card for me to remember. No, I'm joking.
Reza, did you hear that? There's a request for you to be dressed to the T's, so we
said,
want.
Reza, if you don't have any more business cards, you better have a phenomenal suit on, man, for me to remember you by or something.
Team, give a good feedback. Go home.
Well, hey, I see Paul Walsh here. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you. Hi, Darko. Hi. Let's see who else is here. I see some new names. It's not displaying exactly on my screen here, but okay, there we go. Any other than Lynn, are there any other newcomers who are considering coming to the show? No? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to be there, just so that you know, again, if you're a GNet member, if you're not a GNet member and you're considering being a GNet member, we have our GNet users group session. It starts at 10:15 on March 1st. We do have an RSVP link that will be available. I think I'm going to put it on our GNet users group, so you can access it easily. I think emails have been sent. If you got an email for this workshop, I think it was on that email as well, but it's limited seating, and we kind of oversold last year. There was way more people than we had anticipated, so we'd like to accommodate everyone. It's a great place to network again and meet and understand more about what GNet offers and the new products that we have. And Affiliate Central, again, super excited about co-sponsoring that and having an opportunity to be there. It's right up our alley. That's what we do. We're a connectivity platform. We connect affiliates and help make your lives easier. So we look forward to seeing all of you there. And if there's no more questions, we can probably close down the meeting. So if you have questions, please raise your hand. I'll give a few minutes to see if anyone has a question. Paul, you're on mute.
Sorry, just
There
a
we
quick question.
Yes.
Just to confirm, GNet, of course, is also going to have a booth outside of the session where people can stop by you, right?
Absolutely. Thank you for reminding me. Yes,
Awesome.
we're booth number 43. We're going to be on the show floor. Absolutely. And please do come and visit us. If you don't know who we are, what we do, And if you do know who we are, what we do, and you have questions about our new products and all the exciting things that we're bringing to the table, please do come and visit us. So we look forward to seeing all of you there. I don't think there's any other questions, so I think we can thank everyone and close off the meeting. So is that, Paul, is that, oh, there we go. No more questions. All right, everyone. Thank you again for taking the time to be here. We appreciate all of you and look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas. All right.
Safe travels, everyone.
Safe travels. Bye-bye.